These are our toe cars or controlled articular rotations. So you can perform these exercises standing or kneeling. As you get better, I prefer standing, but as you're learning, kneeling is the best so that you can block your toes. Now, first, what we're gonna do is we're gonna raise our big toe, trying to keep our 4 small toes flat. Now, if you're unable to do this, you can block small toes and raise. As you get better, you'll be able to raise the big toe on its own while keeping the small toes down. You can also use a wedge. That way it's already elevated. It's a great way to also get a stretch to that big toe. We're then gonna move to the small toes. So same thing. If you cannot raise the small toes on their own, you block the big toe. And then from there, what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to roll. So the goal is to go big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, and then we go the other way. Raise them all one by one. So as you get better, it becomes easier. Don't get frustrated. As you can see, that I'm still not the greatest at it, but practice, practice. These are our ankle cars or controlled articular rotations. We could perform these seated or standing. For demonstration, I'm going to perform them standing. So the biggest thing that we want to do is we want to make sure that our knee is locked out. So just your ankle is doing the work. We're going to go through the entire range of motion. So we're going to start with plantar flexion, so toes facing down as far as you can. We're then going to roll it wide to eversion, up into dorsiflexion, so toes up, and then into inversion. So what we're doing is we're creating large circles throughout our ankles. If there's a sticking point, trying to work through it. Make sure you perform each direction. These are our knee cars or controlled articular rotation. The biggest thing here is we want to lock out the thigh. We don't want the femur to move. So we kind of get it almost like a headlock position. Now from here, what I'm looking for is tibial rotation. So you can see that right now my ankle wants to do the work. What I'm looking for is my knee turning to the outside, and then my knee turning to the inside. Trying my best to move everything as one while keeping my thigh locked out. If I need to assist as I'm learning, we can, just so that we can get that range of motion. And then we're gonna move into just straighten. Some circles as big as we can. If I need to lose my thigh or loosen my thigh a little bit, we can as well. These are our hip cars or controlled articular rotations in quadruped. So on our hands and knees. Now what we want to do here, we're going to hands and knees on a flat back. I'll show you from the side. Now everything we do, we want to have as large of a joint range as possible. So what we're going to start with is we're going to start knee to chest as high as you can. From there, keeping it as high as you can, we're going to open up to the side like a fire hydrant position. We're then going to open, turn the knee down to the floor, hip internal rotation, circle, back extension, come through. You don't want the hips to shift away. Everything we do, we open as wide as we can. That's forward, and then we will do the same thing backwards. Open, 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 open. Any sticking points, try to work through them. These are our standing hip cars or controlled articular rotations. Now you can use a dowel or a hockey stick as I'm using here. You could also use a squat rack or anything for support to help yourself. As you progress, you don't need to use support. The first movement is where we're going to start with hip flexion, so knee up as high as we can. From here, maintaining height in that hip flexion position, we're going to open up to the side. Once I reach my maximal range, I'm going to go into internal rotation, come through as wide as I can, and forward. As wide as I can, forward, and then we will work backwards range of motion as well, extending back as high as we can, opening up, stay high as we go through. If there's a sticking point, try to work through it from the side. Rotate the knee in, foot to the sky, come through.
These are our cat-cows, or spinal cars. So if you're familiar with yoga, you know what the cat-cow position is. We're gonna use the same, so we're gonna be on our hands and knees. Now we're gonna go vertebrae by vertebrae. So as we go into the cow position, I like to start on our lumbar spine, meaning our lower back. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna slowly arch the butt up while dropping our low back, vertebrae by vertebrae. We are then going to raise vertebrae by vertebrae up through our thoracic spine, so our shoulder area, up to our neck, head up, and then we roll into cat. We roll the opposite way, so our head drops first. We're going to maintain position of the rest of our body, vertebrae by vertebrae. Push the shoulders up, creating space through that joint. Then when we get to our end ranges, we're going to tuck the butt under. And then we reverse it, maintaining those positions of our vertebrae, trying to open each one individually.
This is our Jefferson curl, cars, or controlled articular rotation. You can perform these flat on the ground, or as you progress, you can use a deficit, so standing on a box. You can also perform them weighted or unweighted. I'm going to demonstrate the unweighted version. The biggest thing here is we want to move vertebrae by vertebrae. So from the side, what we're looking for is, first, we'll work cervical spine, so our chin is going to drop slowly. We're going to feel the space be created through every single vertebrae, opening it up. From there, I'm going to round my shoulders, almost like I'm doing a worst possible deadlift of all time. I'm going to open up each spine. Full segment, down, to the bottom, so I come to a complete hang. Really opening up that spine. Now once you reach your bottom position, whatever that is, you're going to pull yourself back up, vertebrae by vertebrae, so starting my lumbar spine or low back, keeping my upper back bold. Let's roll through, slowly, each individual segment. From a deficit, I'm also going to use it weighted. You can use a dumbbell, you can use a barbell. I'm going to perform with a kettlebell. The same thing. It's vertebrae by vertebrae, slow and controlled, opening up each individual segment, going past. I want to hold the bottom in the joyous position I can. Then I'm going to pull myself up, vertebrae.
These are our shoulder cars, or controlled articular rotations. What we're going to do is start with our palms facing our thigh. We're going to keep our elbow and wrist locked out. We're going to extend up as high as we can, trying to keep our rib cage down. We're not trying to extend up, we're trying to keep our rib cage stacked above our pelvis. Once we reach our end range, we're going to rotate our palm away from us, creating a wide circle, coming through, working on any sticking points, come through again. When going backwards, we reverse it, so start palm towards our thigh, palm away, opening up, from the side. These are our elbow cars, or controlled articular rotations. To start off, arms are going to be glued to our side. We're going to maintain this position. Palms are facing forward. Now what we're going to do is we're going to try to rotate our palms as wide as we can, so full supination. Maintaining that position, we're going to come up in like a bicep curl, and from here, we're going to rotate into full pronation, so palms away, push down. You could see that we're kind of widening out that carrying angle, or the distance between my hand and my body. And then we go through it again. To reverse it, we start palms down, come up as wide as we can each time, open up as wide as we can while keeping our arms glued to our body. From the side. These are our wrist cars, or controlled articular rotations. Now what we're going to do is we are going to lock out our forearm here so it doesn't move. The only thing that you want to move is our wrist joint. Now you can work different ranges of motion. The easiest is a circle. So all different range of motion start. Extend our hand back, keeping our hands extended as possible. We're going to roll out to the side, come up, down, and through. Full extension, full flexion through each range of motion. And then we can also reverse the direction that we're moving. Each time trying to get a bigger and bigger circle throughout the wrist. These are our cervical or neck cars, or controlled articular rotations. How we want to start this is we want to maximize the range throughout the entire circle, the entire range of motion. So I like to start chin down as wide as I can. From there, we're going to roll ear to shoulder, trying to maintain a neutral posture, so not cheating the position. You'll feel a stretch in the opposite side. Roll the head back as wide as we can, opening up those vertebrae. Keeping the shoulders down. Right ear, right shoulder. We can also reverse it. We want to move slowly through this position. We're not trying to rush it. Full stretch and opening of the vertebrae from the side.